2 already, and this is a special episode. I'm kicking my feet up. Relax. This is season 2, episode 3, and this is actually a couples episode. So we have my buddy Dalton Clark and Dorothy, and behind me hiding is my lovely lady April. So I had this idea a long time ago, and I didn't find any couple that was either good enough or like that fit, and I was like, you know what, it's perfect. So yeah, bite-worthy comedian, bite-worthy friends, Dalton and Dorothy, and my lady, she's a bite-worthy lady. So Dalton, you're a comedian. I call you a comedian, and we're all funny. We all make each other laugh. You guys are a funny couple themselves. So I'm gonna ask you guys, and I think it's important as a couple to have like things we like and things we have to ourselves. Like, what are your favorite comedies to watch, like as a couple? And then think about this: what are the movies and podcasts and specials and things that you like that Dorothy doesn't like, and vice versa? Let me hear that.
I don't know if there's anything we don't like, or like this specifically that she likes that I don't like.
We have similar senses of humor. It's just what podcast do we have time to keep up with?
Right.
And then we introduce to each other like, hey, this one's worth listening to get back into this series.
Yeah.
So like, I know his favorite is All Fantasy Everything.
Right. And I don't think she listens to that. She wouldn't listen to that if I don't put it on.
Yeah.
And Trash Tuesday.
Yeah, they're
Bloodbath.
Trash
Tiger
Tuesday
Belly.
now. Yeah.
Tiger Belly is one that I don't listen
Yeah.
to specifically, but that she listens to on her own.
Yeah.
I'm happy to like jump in and like, well,
It's
if she
nice.
puts it on.
And we'll go like, hey, this was a good one.
It's-
Get in on this one.
It's
Yeah.
nice to have, they've been exciting recently.
Yeah.
Tiger Belly. Boy, it's, boy.
A lot of hot gossip.
Oh, yeah, super hot gossip. That's when I think you guys share the YMH. Like, you guys both like that one.
Yeah.
I think,
Studios, really.
Yeah, we both got
Yeah,
on board with
anything.
Segura like early Netflix,
Right.
and then we found out about YMH
Or
because of
really
Netflix.
found out about
yeah.
podcasting too. Yeah. But find out about YMH. They were one of the ones.
I'm a fan of All Fantasy Everything. It's good.
Yeah,
it's a
yeah.
great idea for a show.
Right. Yeah.
It's a
Exactly.
killer
It's a brilliant
idea.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so simple to the same way everyone's familiar with like fantasy football or fantasy drafting. To draft things you actually
I
care
mean,
about.
soups, excuses,
Yeah.
like
Songs,
yeah,
I mean,
A lot of
roles that
nonsense,
Nicolas Cage you want to see replace. Like,
Yeah.
that's a silly, crazy thing.
Yeah. They did
Yeah.
movies below 30% on Rotten Tomatoes, I think, which is also you figure out there's some good movies out there that are below 30%.
Right.
I'm sure some of my
Bad
favorite
Boys 2.
movies. Really?
I think Bad Boys 2 is like, at the time they
Wow.
drafted it. Yeah.
Wow.
That was one that was like snuck in there.
Is there? I mean, so what? We don't really have too many things that we share.
No.
Like we are on the opposite ends of spectrum, because you guys you both have a nice comedic, like, Venn diagram is very circular. Ours doesn't overlap too much. Like, I'll listen to YMH and she's like, what are you, what is this? And then I listen to a bunch of other things or watch certain things, but I think the things that you love most are punny.
Yeah, I love puns.
Like,
Yeah.
you love puns and love like certain types of humor, and I can get behind a good pun, but we don't really have anything comedically that we love together. Just have different tastes, because I love comedy and you're not as much.
It's okay.
But but I'm okay with that. Is there something that you love that you hate?
That I hate.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Okay, vice versa. Do you have something that you're like, oh, I can't stand when this is on?
You
I
know
don't
this?
like
Yeah.
murders. I don't like when she watches.
I get into
That's
murders.
just it's a weird version of what's your low bar, reality TV
Yeah.
kind of stuff. But
Like true crime?
true crime that's being redone, that's being like reenacted
the
and
Netflix
stuff.
show that came
Yeah.
out that was talking about the guy in California. What was he called? The Night Stalker?
Oh,
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
Well, no. Well, she does like The Most Dangerous Woman, which is like
she's just
entertainment
planning for the
reruns.
future.
Yeah.
Or A&E reruns,
Just
right?
learning how to murder.
TLC.
Yeah.
How to get away with
Yeah,
it.
I forget what network it was
Snapped.
originally on.
Oh,
Yeah.
Investigation Discovery.
That's
Yeah.
it.
ID
Yeah.
channel, dude.
So,
Yeah, what
the most
was-
dangerous women or the
So yeah, I'm into murders, but I've discovered recently
like,
that
no.
my stomach can't handle Jackass movies anymore.
You seen Jackass Forever?
So he's painful or hilarious.
Saw it twice in theaters. Yeah, yeah.
Almost
The best one.
Yeah.
It was worth
Good.
it. It was
That's good.
It was good nostalgia though.
I like that. See, I like that. Okay, we'll gotta get on to the next question. So we're at Napoleon's, which is a French restaurant with taxidermy that does bluegrass, that is
Gastropub menu.
Yeah.
gastro. Yeah, I don't
We just
even
had
know.
seafood, but they have burgers.
Yeah,
And tacos.
figure it out. That's
Yeah.
that should be the name of
They
it.
have bowls. Yeah. yeah.
And
Why?
you actually picked this place because it's where you asked her to be your girlfriend, which is an awesome thing. It's
Yeah.
the first time someone didn't pick it for the food, which goes to like, I didn't even plan that. That's an awesome thing. A lot of the good moments on here are serendipitous. Like I asked Christian Davis, who's hotter, Apollonia or these twins, and Apollonia is his screensaver. Didn't plan that. And I did a couple, and you're like, let's go here. And like, oh, didn't even plan that. So let me ask you, as a couple, where do you guys like go most often for the food?
Anticos.
Anticos?
Anticos.
That was a fast answer.
I mean, that was the first
Love
pick when
pizza.
you brought up the idea to me however long ago, and
You
we
did bring
discussed
that
it.
up, yeah.
Anticos was my first go-to for a one-on-one, but yeah, they got the best pizza
And we craved
debatably
it
in the
all the
city.
time.
Yeah. Or for us, I mean, it's the Napolitana style, like that thin. They just put it
And Calabrian
in
peppers.
450. Yeah,
Love Calabrian peppers.
yeah. It's thin.
They're a
for
little
us,
they're a
just
little
little
hot,
bit.
but not really. Like they're warm.
They
and
burn
got
good.
Yeah,
Burn
they
good.
burn good.
Yeah.
They've got. There's just so much flavor. Yeah.
It's very true because they're only a certain grown in a certain area. I think where do we go most?
Q.
Yeah, Korean
It's a
barbecue,
Korean
baby.
barbecue place out
Mhm.
near
I
us.
love Korean barbecue.
25
It's
$25 bucks, all you can
$25
eat.
bucks.
Oh, there
Like
So
just
good.
Do they do
No
No
marinated
cuts.
meat?
No.
Yeah.
I was gonna say
That's
they
the
don't
best
like
kind.
cut you
Yeah.
off. That's
No.
that's where they get
Nope.
you. Is like, all right, but you can only have one, whatever it is.
Oh
like,
right.
Oh,
when we
God,
had,
no.
Like, we had a
Sat there
Kobe
for like
beef
3.5
option.
No.
hours.
Yeah.
no. We were like,
Sat there for 3.5 hours.
yeah,
Sometimes.
just
That's the way to do it.
Yeah.
protein it up.
So good.
240 grams of protein that day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. It was so good. So that's a good one.
It's a good deal.
I want to start going more to Taco de Velos because they have one right beside you and there's one down beside us. That's the place, that's the taco place that I actually wrote a joke about where nobody speaks English and all speak
Oh, okay.
I
Spanish.
tried to order at the drive-thru and no one even spoke back. Period. So I was like, okay,
yeah.
this place isn't for me. I'll
Yeah.
move on. That's
Shoot.
okay.
I know where I'm
accept
not
my
welcome.
fate.
That was a translator, yeah.
So, all right, let me ask. So Dalton, this is for Dalton because backstory. I met Dalton in comedy class, and we took it, and he had a really bite-worthy bit about Klondike bars, which I still love to this day. And do you find that a joke does like great, just okay, or does it bomb if you run it by her first and she doesn't like it or she does love it? Which happens more?
There's only been a few times where she's given me like nothing on a joke where I thought
Okay.
something and then I've taken it to stage. Like that almost feels like a spite thing, really. But yeah,
I'm not a
because-
good laugher. That's the problem.
See, me too.
Same.
She'll give me
Yeah,
nothing,
I'm not.
and then
I'm not
people
the
will give
person
me
that brings up
something.
the crowd, but I can help you like
Yeah.
re-grammar a sentence.
Right.
Like that's all
she'll
I
be
can
like,
do.
She'll give me
Why I
a
like
few
Dorothy.
synonyms. She'll give me a few synonyms for a word that may be
Yeah.
funny or
It's like
whatever,
this might
blah,
hit
blah, blah.
better because it has X amount of syllables and it'll cater to your joke more.
Wow,
like things
like
like
it.
that.
Whenever I've ran something past her, it's always I've always walked away with a better feeling about it, one way or the other.
Nice.
Whether it be
Yeah, whether I
whether it
laugh
be
or not.
positive or negative, but it's
Yeah.
a better feeling, better understanding of how I feel about the joke. I guess really.
That's a
Like
beautiful
what are
thing.
you actually trying to say with the joke? I think that's usually
I decide about
what
a
we almost
confidence.
always talk about. Yeah.
Yeah, a pair of
Exactly.
fresh eyes on it, and someone who, because let me tell you, it's weird because I've taken a joke that you're like, that's not fun, it's not really funny, and I've taken it, and I've had both experiences. I've taken a joke that she's like, that's not funny, it's killed, and then I've taken a joke that she didn't think like that's not funny, it bombed,
Yeah.
and then, but I will say that every joke that you have ever laughed at, I've taken to the stage, and it's done well. So it's like you're
She's a guarantee for like a hit.
You're batting
Yeah.
1,000 when it comes to like if it makes you laugh, I know I can make a crowd laugh. So, but if you don't think it's funny, it's not an indicator. Segura with Christina P. Actually, one of the first things he talked about, he goes, if Christina hates a bit, it kills on stage. It murders. So I was like, that's so funny.
Yeah.
Because like, it'd be one thing for someone who's not a comedian or not like, you know, very comedically in tune or has experience on stage saying something's not funny. But a professional comedian is your wife and she's like, that won't work. Like, or it's not even like, I can see where you're going, but I don't know how you can pull that off because I know your style. She's like, no, that joke sucks. And he's like, it murders. It's like, that's so funny, man. Yeah. All right, well, this is kind of for the ladies in a way. Would you rather date a comic or a magician?
A comic.
I think so, yeah, a comic. Because I don't want a magician doing stunts.
Yeah.
Like,
Just bring
Like, how are you
I don't want
pulling
him
that
getting
out?
You don't need any
ideas in the
surprises?
bedroom.
bringing attention. Oh, yeah.
I'm like, okay.
No.
You don't want a scarf to come out of somewhere or nothing?
No.
Yeah.
Just never ends.
How'd you do this? Yeah.
That's too much of a guessing game on what's gonna happen.
Okay.
Right.
All right. Would you rather date a comic or like a rock band drummer?
A rock band drummer?
Like a drummer who's in a rock band, touring, famous,
See,
mid-famous.
I like to stay home though. I don't want to go
'Kay.
anywhere. So I think a rock band drummer would be too much activity.
Okay.
Based on the dirt, a comic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Just because
Okay.
like, yeah.
I was named after Roadhouse, Dalton. The
That's
character in
right.
Roadhouse. The
That's
other
right.
name was Tommy Lee. That was up in the air between
Tommy
them.
Lee Clark.
Yeah.
You'd be a serial killer if that's a
think so,
Tommy.
yeah,
Three
yeah.
first
That-
names.
I don't know how I would have been able to handle the sex tape coming out in the 90s and me being like 5 years old and be like, yeah, this guy goes by Tommy Lee, and that like, and having a middle name. Like, yeah, that was supposed to be my first name, was Tommy Lee.
Wait, no. So Tommy Lee.
Or, Tommy, or that was supposed to be like the name that
Oh
parents
my
wanted to call me,
God.
was Tommy Lee.
Wow.
Yeah, I wouldn't have, survived. I don't know. Not Thomas Lee, but yeah, they would have.
Tommy Lee.
Yeah.
Like Tommy
Dalton
Lee.
worked out, yeah.
God.
I've had
Yeah.
the carpet jokes, but that's.
Oh, it's supposed to be Tanya. Can you imagine?
Tanya?
Tanya?
Oh
My
my
dad
God.
wanted to name me Tanya so bad.
If
But
I was
my
a
mom was like,
boy,
nope.
I was gonna get Beauregard.
Beauregard? You'd be working here. That's what this would be. That's what it'd be.
Bolians.
You're right.
You'd be the
Beauregard.
manager. Yeah,
I
Beauregard the
have a cool
manager.
nickname like Bo.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If like that's
No one's calling
that's the
you
only
Beauregard, though.
takeaway.
Yeah.
Having a name like Beauregard.
Yeah. I knew a Bo. I knew a Bo in high school.
Oh,
yeah.
for real?
Yeah. I don't know if his full name was Beauregard. Yeah. Yeah.
Beauregard. God, tell me your family owned a plantation without telling me your family owned a plantation. All right, a few more. So, would you rather date it? I know this answer, but it's funny. A comic or a mime?
Obviously
I
a
mean,
mime.
I was gonna say a mime because at least they shut
yeah.
up.
Yeah, there you go. All right, now you kind of have this in both, but a comic or like a football player. And I mean, like, imagine NFL.
Yeah.
'Cause
CT and everything. Come on.
Comics still have enough insecurity that they'll try hard enough. Or
Yeah.
a football player wouldn't.
Okay, fair enough. Football
I'm going
player?
with a football player. No offense.
Cool. Great. What a good idea for an episode. Just kidding. No, I figured that's football's cool, man. Football is the coolest sport. You
It's
can't.
the only sport I actually like.
Yeah, you can't
So-
describe it. It's basically chess with humans, and it's like war. I love football so much. Every other sport is inferior.
But the men in it are so involved in the sport that I'm not a good enough partner to be like, I don't care enough about football
Oh,
to
yeah.
be a good partner to you. So
You're like safety. I don't zone
it's
defense.
like,
I don't
like, oh, you guys did
Yeah.
the thing. You did the thing with the ball.
cover
sorry.
two.
You be
Yeah.
traveling all
The
the
most I
time.
can do is keep
I
up
guess
with
that's
who's
for a
on his
comic,
fantasy
too.
team,
Yeah,
and that's
exactly,
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
All right. So
Couldn't handle football players. You can't handle fantasy football.
Yeah.
Football player. Yeah.
fantasy football
Yeah.
player. Give me even fantasy football player. So I don't bring this
Close enough.
question up every time, but I do like it. And since there's 4 of us here, now I'm gonna go one by one. Dorothy, you have successfully committed fraud on the grandest level, and you are going to prison. and for some reason, while you're in prison with your engineering scam and,
Architecture.
architecture firm, scamming architecture firm out of millions of dollars, you happen to get in a fight and you kill 3 or 4 people, and you're on death row.
Obviously, you're guilty.
What are you having for your last meal?
I'd make my mom cook.
Same.
I'd have my mom cook me something for sure.
Okay.
Pancit. That's what she eats. Rice noodles for my birthday. That's what you get for your birthday. So that.
Okay.
And a side of roast pig.
Roast pig is a good answer. Good answer. All right, Dalton. Let's see. You're telling a joke about. I'm gonna go ahead and say. Let's say you come up with a good Winnie the Pooh joke, and you're tested out, and then you just snap. You go the opposite of Will Smith, and you attack the crowd.
Okay.
And 4 people die, and it's your fault, and you're found guilty, and you're on death row. What are you?
I kill 4 people in the crowd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
They were
man.
heckling
It's a
you the whole
casual-
time.
They should
I mean,
have laughed at the Winnie the Pooh
The
joke.
Winnie the Pooh
deserved
joke did
it.
not do well. Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's how it. Yeah.
Everybody loves Winnie the Pooh, though. How would that not do well?
That's what it. That's
Yeah,
why
I'm-
he
that's why I'm
snapped.
upset. Yeah.
So yeah,
Killed
that's
people.
the scenario. What do you have? What do you
Well,
have?
it didn't change the answer, but it's mom's cooking meatloaf, fried chicken, mashed potatoes. Her bean of choice. She's just gonna pull it out of a can, but as long as she cooks it.
As long as
I don't
she
care.
cooks
Yeah,
it.
it could be pinto or green or whatever kidney, whatever bean. But
I'm really shocked and appalled, really, that you consider green bean a bean. Like,
the title, I don't know.
Okay, okay.
I
Just
don't-
by name alone.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I forgive you.
Yeah.
Now I won't kill you and go on death row. So all right, that makes sense. That's I'm so jealous of that, and I think knowing your mom, you have pretty much maybe the same answer. What do you? Now let's say that you finally snap after I leave all the cupboard doors open for too long, and you finally kill me.
Is that not so?
And
These ghosts.
Living
you-
with ghosts.
Yeah.
And you finally kill me because of it, and you're found guilty and you're on death row. What are you gonna have?
I mean, can you not guess already? I'm gonna get my mom to make me a dozen of her biscuits. My mom is like the biscuit lady of Watkinsville, so she's gonna make me a dozen biscuits,
I
and
need to
Does
see
she
an
make her own
Instagram
jam?
handle.
her, huh?
The
Does she make her own jam?
No, she
Yeah,
doesn't do
you need to
jam.
get on
She
the
does her own
Instagram
pickles,
handle.
which are really good.
Which one?
But
Biscuit lady of
her
Watkinsville.
biscuits,
On it.
so good.
Yeah.
And then a whole pan of her mac and cheese.
Whole pan of mac and
And
cheese.
then your Nana's cheesecake.
Ooh, okay.
I get dessert with my last meal.
Okay.
I think dessert.
Oh, if I could do that, yeah, banana pudding.
Oh, to
It's
break-
Still, yeah. It's
Too
still
late for you
mama's.
guys.
They didn't flip the switch. You're good. Wait. What? I think I would go. Well, my mom can't cook. So no offense to my mom. She knows she can't cook. And my nana, I think I would take my nana's lasagna and steak, because my nana's lasagna, it's like a tranquilizer. Like if you eat it, you're down. It's carb heavy, it's cheese heavy, and you eat so much of it because it's so
lasagna,
good.
yeah.
Oh my God, we pass out every time.
Right.
We're like, we're just gonna sit here for a second. And me and my grandpa would just be out, and then I'd probably have for dessert. I'd go German chocolate cake. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, live a little before you die.
Yeah, might as well, right? So I'm being from Chicagoland area. I don't say I'm from Chicago because I'm real.
I'm from Atlanta.
Yeah. Yeah, you are, but that's the difference.
She does, and she's from the Philippines. Yeah.
That's
It's easier. It's easier in America to say that you're from Atlanta.
that's true. It's true, but
Atlanta or Athens. Everybody knows where Athens is.
yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
But I'm from, I'll say Chicagoland area because I don't want to offend. But myself and you guys have lived there.
Yes.
So let me ask you, what's the best Mulaney bit? In the spirit of saying thank you for my Comeback Kid album, which I actually put on the other day, and I listened to it. You know, one black coffee, let me tell you, so good. So good. What is the best Mulaney bit that you
That's a tough
think?
question.
Yeah. Or just one that comes to mind.
The first one I think of is Salt and Pepper Diner. Everyone knows that one. But A favorite? That's hard to say.
I mean, we saw him last year, so it's like from that. He's doing stuff on his rehab.
What's the new in town?
I didn't see
joke?
that. I'm new in town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got AIDS.
I've got AIDS, and I'm new in
I'm
town.
homeless.
That's a good one.
I'm new in town. That's a good bit,
Why's your
man.
closer that you're new in town?
Yeah. That's a good. I would say. You know, I'm gonna go with you and say Salt and Pepper Diner because it's the story. Like, if someone were, hey, tell me your best story. If I had the Salt and Pepper Diner as my story, I would tell that.
Yeah.
I tell my best story is, and I won't tell it, but if I were to put a title to it, it's The Time I Slept with a Giant. Yeah. I'll tell you off camera.
I want to know.
It was it's years ago and it's good. But regarding Chicago and food, what's like the best Chicago food staple? Like of the beef, the Polish, all the things that encompass Chicago food, what do you...
At least once a week, I crave like a hot Italian beef, extra wet from Portillo's with a strawberry milkshake.
I go
Wow.
to Woody's. I go to Woody's because of it now. I mean, just to get a
I
similar.
miss a hot Italian.
Yeah, I miss a beef sandwich.
So good.
The place down in Alpharetta, Bobby G's.
Bobby G's,
Bobby
yeah.
G's is a good place to get a hot. Like the,
Yeah, I mean, I would say I got really excited when I got to do this show called, it was at the Black Bear Tavern, little Chicago bar,
Yeah.
selling old style and everything. And I was like, no way.
Vietnam?
And it was, it's down,
Peachtree's every road.
down at,
I
yeah,
know, right?
it's down in Atlanta. I think it was on Peachtree Road.
By my old office.
Yeah. If that's it, where you're thinking, you're right. So go there, and there's a Ditka jersey on the wall, and I'm like, that's it. This is my home.
Right.
I didn't even care if I bombed that night. I was like, nobody can laugh. I can get booed and I'll be happy because I ordered a beef and nobody orders it the way it's supposed to, like dipped. They go, wait, nobody orders it dipped. I'm like, well,
You're supposed to order it wet.
you're supposed to order it. Order it dipped. Like that's how. I mean, she's like, "Are you sure?" It's like, "Yeah. Please. If you don't dip my sandwich, I'll be mad."
And
So
then ask for extra sauce on the side.
yeah, absolutely. So I would say Italian beef dipped with, and we went to a show, and you saw how excited I was.
Yeah.
We saw a little tiny stand called
There's a Chicago hot dog.
Chicago Franks. That's what the name of it was. And I saw Vienna beef in the corner of my eye, and he goes, and I was like, we got to stop. And I called it my walking dog because we were walking.
We walked to Woody's.
We walked
to
to
get
Woody's.
cheesesteaks.
Yeah.
We were in East Atlanta Village.
That's the fattest thing I've
we
ever
went
done.
the wrong
I love
direction,
it.
but saw a hot dog place, so had to get you got a hot dog, and then went the right direction to get, and then we each got a cheesesteak.
It was like a $10 hot dog.
And then we went and hung out with Atsuko after that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was very cool.
Yeah, when I
It was
didn't even
very
have
cool.
a ticket showing up. It was a pretty good night. That was a pretty
Very
good night, yeah.
serendipitous night,
She's
man.
hilarious. I love her.
Very funny. Truly. She always
Yeah.
said truly. What do you think? I mean, you've had a little bit of Chicago food.
Not had enough Chicago food.
Okay, well, we'll have to go. We'll have
I
to.
mean, I
It's the hot
love
dog.
like your Nana's
hot dog
Italian
is the
beef,
best.
but that's
Chicago
it.
style dog.
Yeah, so
That's
she
really
she's
all
had
relish.
secondhand Italian beef, like, but it's basically Italian rolls, same beef, everything. So we've had that. Honorable mention, Polish.
Okay, yeah. I was
Yeah,
gonna say
Polish.
don't bring pizza into this because
No,
it's
no,
too
no,
much.
no.
Pizza,
No.
that pizza's too much.
No.
Yeah,
That's a
you
pie.
can't-
It's like
It's a
meat
pie.
cake.
It's really
It's a pie.
pie.
Like-
It's a savory pie.
It's different. You can't
That's
compare.
a once a year thing.
Right.
You're just like, I
You would
can't-
only do that. We would only do that. We only lived there 4 years, but we after
Only
like
did
the
when
first
people
6 months,
visited.
we
Yeah.
only do that when people visited. The novelty immediately wore off. Or
Yeah,
whatever,
you're like, this is a
Yeah.
heart attack. And one
Exactly.
of the people that came to visit us ordered a cheese-only deep dish with extra cheese.
From
and we're like,
Lou's.
are you sure?
And we
No.
told her
Like, it's
stop.
like full
No,
of cheese.
no,
Yeah,
no.
we said
Right.
Don't do
And
that.
you're like, do you want to do it?
What do
She's
you
like,
mean?
no,
Like,
yeah.
you want
I
it dripping
I'm
over?
from
What's extra
here. I grew
cheese?
up on this
Yeah.
and that. I'm like, are you
No,
sure? I don't think you did.
you didn't.
And
Yeah. Yeah.
I
They
would
didn't
call
know
her out and
that.
say
Cheese
you
cake?
didn't.
Yeah.
You didn't grow up
There's
on
no
this
way.
because if you knew,
Yeah.
you would not do that.
Right.
Extra
Cheese.
cheese.
On a cheese deep dish.
No,
yeah.
you don't.
It's insane.
Extra meat.
Extra. I can see that.
Not extra cheese.
There's Nancy's. Nancy's is down there, and I haven't been yet, but
That's
There's
what we
one
did
off,
from last, right?
there's one off
yeah,
Ashford
Roswell,
Dunwoody.
Yeah,
Ashford,
there's one in
Dunwoody.
Roswell,
There's a
too. It's good though.
few
I like
places.
it.
Decent.
That's where we went before we moved up there. Yeah.
They have a decent butter
the
crust.
one in.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay. There's so many fat people in Chicago because of food like that.
That and
I
the
mean, the
booze.
weather.
And
I
yeah,
think it's the weather.
you stay in.
Yeah, if it's
3 a.m.
freezing
bars.
six months of the year, you're not going to.
That's why the bears are just a bunch of fat people hibernating.
Right?
We get it. Yeah, we get it. I get it. This is just the perfect day, and I don't really want this episode to end, but we're gonna.
It's going to be a long one.
Yeah, no, our longest one is 57 minutes, so we're not gonna take up that much time. But give us some words of advice for couples out there, man. Like what I know there's some general good rules to follow out there, but what's like a good obscure piece of advice that only Dalton and Dorothy would want to come up with and be like, hey,
Find someone cool. Yeah, if you can do that, it's a
All
lot
right.
smoother when you find someone cool. Like, then dating's really easy after that.
okay,
I like our 87 Mets rule.
Yeah, we're always on the same team.
Make sure
That's
you're on the
another
same
thing we
team.
love together.
you call it
Hello?
whoa, back up. You call it the 87 Mets rule?
Yeah.
Oh, hello, on Broadway. Melanie and Nick Kroll.
Nick Kroll? I didn't see. I didn't
Whose
see
team
that.
are you on? 87 Mets. Because they're these New York Jews, 87 Mets. I'm assuming I don't even know if it's 87 or 86. Like, we may have messed it up.
Yeah.
We've
Actually,
since updated
whichever
to the
Mets
21
team-
Braves.
Yeah, because
Okay.
They won the
We've
World
since
Series.
updated.
Yeah, the 21
Whichever-
Braves.
Yeah, whichever Mets team won, now we're the 21 Braves.
But that's our check-in phrase to be like, we're talking about the same thing, right? Like
Alright,
we're
yeah.
we're in
You're
this
on
right?
it? Yeah.
We're on the same wavelength.
I like
21
that.
Braves.
That's-
21 Braves.
yeah.
Alright, cool.
21 Braves?
21 Braves.
Yeah.
That's it.
That is a good. See, and that to have like a catchphrase that you use.
Yeah, we started dating, what was it, about 33, 34 years ago?
Yeah.
With COVID? Yeah. It was seven and a half years ago, here where I asked her, But with COVID and everything, like patience and stuff like that, like, it's not as if it's like difficult. We're easy and understanding and conscious of one another, and we care about one another, and we figured out we loved one another pretty early
Pretty
on.
quick.
Yeah.
And liked being around each other, liked each other enough, and had similar interests.
Yeah.
Like,
And we were friends for a
Easy.
long time before doing this.
yeah.
That's
our
pretty
first
good.
date-
So we already knew we liked each other.
Our
Yeah.
first date was 6 months before we talked here. Or not 6 months, but 5 months. It was July.
Wow.
Yeah, so that was our first date, and then months after that, I actually asked her. We had been hanging out and kept hanging out and kept
And
hanging
girls
out.
bullied you into talking to me.
We were basically already dating and seeing one another, and
He went
spending
to
the night
his
with one another.
frat's semi-formal with
She
another
was at
girl.
Hannibal Buress. She went to a Hannibal Buress
I went to a
show with
Hannibal
her friend.
Buress show.
With her friend. She had already gotten the tickets before I could invite her.
Oh my
So
God.
she already had the plans.
He asked me at a football game, and I was like, I'm so sorry, I already have plans.
So I ended up inviting this girl who had a
Who was a mutual
boyfriend-
friend.
Who was a mutual friend, friend of a fraternity that had been hanging out, who had a boyfriend that was at another fraternity that we met and friends and blah blah blah.
hung out with her a bunch
Yeah.
before.
So
Okay.
talked to her.
So it was her
was
and
just hanging
all
out.
her little friends, I
Yeah,
think,
yeah.
right?
Her and the other people that were hanging out at the event.
At this event.
We're all like, so.
Where's Dorothy? What's up with her?
So you guys are dating? And I was like, yeah, kinda, blah blah blah. Like, and they were like, well, no. Have you asked her? Have you asked her? Have you asked her? That was Thursday, and I think the next day it was here. The next night was here, where we were like driving around, and I was like, I gotta ask.
Fuck, I gotta get on
I
it.
you
gotta
had to
make,
talk?
yeah. I don't want to mess this up. Yeah, so we were here and we ate, and I went, I want to ask you something serious. Will you be my girlfriend? And like, I think I even did the annoying thing where we were on the same side of the booth.
No, I
you-
came around on
that's
your
right.
side of the booth,
That's
and I
what it
was like,
was.
"Are you sure you want to talk about this right now?
Are you ready? Yeah.
Is this what you want?" Because I'm kind of happy with what we're
Yeah,
at.
well, yeah. Us just hooking up, yeah, or whatever, yeah.
Well, I don't have an awesome romantic story.
He says he's a romantic, but he's totally not. We were
I
sitting
just
on the
we
couch.
were
in
just
his
on the
living
Yeah, what
couch,
was y'all's
and
story?
it
We
just
were sitting on the
we were-
couch in the living room.
So-
and he was like, "You want to be my girlfriend?" And I was like, "Sure."
I just felt it, and
Yeah.
I just said it.
And that was only like 3 weeks after we had went on our first date.
Oh, cute.
Yeah, I was like, I knew.
So it was really
I was like, I
fast.
knew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I asked her mid-November, and then she was working at the Vortex at the time. That's
Yeah.
a Sweet Hut, not your Vortex shirt, but was working at the
Atlanta Pride.
Vortex, so she
Hell
had
yeah.
New Year's Eve. She had to work that night.
Yeah.
It was very convenient. Every time you worked at the Vortex, every New Year's you worked, you
They
always got
always,
off early.
they always expected it
Yeah.
to be really crowded, and everyone always had other
Call or
plans.
whatever. Yeah.
Not
And
to go to
Really?
the Vortex
Closed
at
the
New Year's
Vortex,
Eve.
so
Yeah.
she was always getting cut at like 1.
Yeah,
I'll
I was
tell
in the
you,
small
very early.
section. So.
I would not pick the Vortex to go to New Year's Eve.
Yeah,
Exactly. No one is.
Right. And which is
Wow.
So
Yeah,
she gets
people are
cut
choosing
early.
bars.
She comes and picks me up though, but I've been out and drinking.
You have
and
been at
doing whatever,
Ormsby's
blah,
or
blah,
something
yeah.
that night?
You pick me up from.
That's a place I would go.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it was nice, champagne and
Yeah.
doing it up, having a good time. She comes and picks me up, and I'm telling her about the night. She had been working. She didn't get to a bunch of friends and events and blah blah blah. In the middle of this, I go, by the way, I realized tonight I love you, and kept.
But
going,
also this
kept
happened
going in the
tonight.
story.
And then you just
and
kept-
just like and then just kept going into the.
But also, I stubbed my toe and I forgot to tell you. It's like, whoa, wait, back
Hold on,
up.
Yeah. And then the next day
Yeah.
she goes, "Do you remember what you told me?" I said, "Oh yeah, I love you."
Yeah.
And, like,
Yeah.
I
You
remember
stub
it.
your toe.
Because I wasn't
Right.
about to test the theory of like, what is it? Drunk word, sober thoughts?
Drunk words, sober thoughts. Yeah.
So I wasn't like, okay,
Yeah, I
and
love
let's
you.
actually make sure he knows what he said. And
And then I believe you said it back. Yeah.
and then since then, and then after that, I was like, okay, put it on Facebook.
We moved in. That was New Year's Day. We moved in.
Wait, so let me test this theory here. The first person that said I love you was drunk.
Yeah.
I was the drunk one.
And then you're like, let's check this out.
We'll do inspecting.
And true,
It's
in both situations, happy couples. Wow, something
was
to
this an
that.
argument? Did you not think that? Do you not want
No,
that to be the basis?
No.
She got drunk. She goes, I love you. She told me drunk in a parking lot, and I was like, you know what? I have to sit on this. This is a heavy moment,
Yeah.
and I didn't say it back immediately, and then I did, and that was it because I had to,
Then I wouldn't say it back for a while because
out of spite.
No, because I was like, he doesn't really mean it. So I wouldn't say it back for like a month after that, or a few weeks after.
Yeah, it's a lot of testing the waters, and then the waters settled, and we're here 3 years later. So yeah, I think if we were to give advice,
Get a
I think
house
if-
before you have 5 dogs.
yeah,
6 now.
6 now, yeah,
Well, we did get the house with 5 dogs, and then we got a 6th one after we bought the house.
yeah. If it at all feels like work, then it's not good. That's not a good one, because you shouldn't have to work to make it work. You just gotta. I mean, as long as it's easy for the most part, because if you have to work through something, that's one thing.
Yeah.
But if you have to work,
If you're
Stay in the
constantly working, then that's a
that's not
If it's
A
good.
patch every
Tuesday,
once in a
yeah.
while is
So get
okay.
someone you don't have to work on things with. You find someone that you would love to work on something with, that you're gonna have to. That's fine. Or someone that would work
That's life.
through you. That's life. That's Frank Sinatra says. Yes,
That's what all
that's
the people
life.
say.
That's what all the
You're
people
working
say.
together
Flying high in
through
April,
something
shot down in
with
May.
Yeah, wait, nice.
You happy?
Yeah.
Very nice.
I got
Yeah,
to.
you got your Get your lyrics in. You want to?
Now we need to find a Sinatra impersonator.
Yeah.
That's my last favorite thing about Chicago.
Okay.
We went up
Good
to
Sinatra impersonator.
Ditka's the day she graduated with her master's the night. We could go and get steak and doing it up, and a guy comes on and starts crooning.
Crooning.
Yeah, just do it,
So
just
good.
going, and he's nailing it, doing
yeah.
perfect.
Yeah?
Close the check and then
Yeah.
stay.
We closed the
When's
check
your birthday?
Which is past.
last Thursday.
Last Thursday.
What?
26.
Birthday.
Happy late birthday.
I
Wait,
don't
you're the
tell people.
26th?
Yeah.
That's my brother's birthday.
Oh,
and my mom and
dang.
dad's
Dusty
wedding
Rusty.
anniversary.
Oh my
It's
God.
an important day.
And then my parents' wedding anniversary.
Well,
That
maybe
day,
one
too. I
day
will remember forever.
I'll get a pinstripe suit and get a nice hat and just surprise you. Just
Yeah. Next birthday is
Yeah.
Korean karaoke bar.
Yeah.
I've already got plans.
All right.
all right.
Yeah.
When's your birthday?
March 6th.
March 6th.
Me and Shaq.
You and Shaq. So much in common.
Yeah. Yeah.
You and Shaq.
Yeah, powerhouses. Yeah, both Hall of Famers for the Lakers as well. Yeah.
What do you and Shaq have in common? Let's think about this really
So
quick.
birthday, we got that. in common.
Birthday.
I think we're both great, wonderfully charismatic.
You're both
Yeah.
outstanding. There you go. That's a rap song of his. You're
I mean, you're
outstanding.
both
I'm
tall.
outstanding.
You're just
Yeah.
not as tall,
Yeah.
right?
I assume we're both big fans of, was it Kazam? Kazam? What's his name? It's not Shazam. That's
Yeah.
That's Sinbad.
yeah, that's Sinbad. That's
Yeah.
that's the Nelson Mandela Sinbad.
That's right.
Yeah.
Mandela effect.
We both had poor rapping careers.
Yeah. Yours didn't last that long, right?
Yeah.
What would your rap name be?
I'm assuming Big D. That's what I've been
Big-
going by. Yeah, that's
Dude.
the nickname for.
That's solid.
Yeah.
Mine's just Skrilla. It's just a couple letters out of my last name. What would yours be?
I have no clue.
I've had D Money and D Train.
D-Train.
Those are my restaurant nicknames.
There you go. Restaurant, they'll make degenerates out of you,
I'll
man.
throw one your way,
Yeah.
whether you want one or not.
Yeah.
Okay, well I don't think we have it. Do you guys have any questions for me? Because this is what I've been doing. I've been starting to ask the guests, like, do you have any questions for me?
Have you been enjoying podcasting so far?
I
Now
have.
that's your start of your second season.
I have. It's been fun. I had a couple. I've had a couple pretty big names so far, and they're only getting bigger. When we went to Adam Ray, he's like, "Next year, buddy, come on in." And then this year, I want to get it big enough to where any headliner that rolls through the punchline, I want to get them. I've already got, old Sean lined up, Sean Patton lined up, so that's a big one. And then, who knows? Joe List is coming soon. By the time this comes out, it'll be
Yeah,
He's coming the
Bert's
24th,
gonna be in
25th.
yeah, 24th, 25th,
Yeah, exactly.
and then
Yeah, that whole weekend is going to
yeah, and then Kelsey Cook is coming
We're
to
going
September.
to Jekyll. We're gonna miss
We're going
we're not
Oh,
gonna be able
that
to see
sucks.
Joe. We're not gonna like we were talking about going to see
My
Bert.
nephew's getting married.
Oh
When are
man.
you guys going down there?
It's the weekend of the
25th.
yeah.
Okay.
The weekend of the 25th.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, that's our.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say, who's your comedian? Who's your go? Who's the big? Who's your bite worthy? I'm assuming you've already said it at least once, but
I mean, there are many, but the comedian that comes to my mind that I really wish I had his style, the more that I watch him, is Chance Willie. Let me tell you, he's edgy, but he's silly. He's concise. He does great crowd work, and we have like the same things in common. Like, he plays D&D. He like goes to the gym, and he'll go like bass fishing. I'm like, are you like just? If I were to draw a better version of me, are you just that? And he is. He's much better at all of those, especially comedy. And I got to see him in Nashville, and it was great. But he's one. There's so many coming to my mind. I mean, Adam. We watched Adam Ray in his crowd work. We saw Segura, and I mean, there's just so many. I'm watching old. We were talking about old Norm bits. Like, did you meet the neighbor? So there's a lot of really, really good comics out there. And I think of the local comics out there, like, I think my first guest was Taylor. And he's so different.
yeah.
It's hard to find someone who's really different. He's got a cadence that I wish I had. He just talks so fast, and he's so goofy and so weird and so random. Like, he had a joke about a bird, just a bird walking around with a suitcase. Like, no one does that. So props to him. Andy Samford. I recently watched Storm Artiste. She is killer. And one thing I took from her is that she communicates her jokes by two-timing. She like, I hate this. Like, I really do. Like, y'all white people. She says that like twice, and I'm like, it's so effective. So she really punches her sets. I don't know.
Yeah.
So many good ones. But yeah, Chance, Chance is up there. Maddie Smith. They're kind of this two really good traveling comedians, and he's starting to headline. So Maddie Smith just came to Savannah on
For
this
us,
turn.
Catherine Blanford.
I
Or
love
that's what I was going to say.
Catherine.
Like,
I love
I mean,
Catherine
yeah.
Blanford.
Anytime.
She slips a joke in,
funny.
just
perfect
right in there, right in there.
Yeah, I mean, her presence is always like, she's in on it. She's always in on it. The
Yeah.
crowd
Yeah.
or wherever she's at, like, she's just always in on it.
That's a good one to
Getting the
have.
joke, yeah.
That's a
I
good
mean,
one to have.
Yeah, that's what we were looking at Instagram the other day. Or I was pulling up, and I followed her.
Yeah, I think
and,
she's
like,
putting
was
out
looking
clips
through
from her
story.
Keenan stuff lately.
Yeah, exactly. And just
But-
like, she's
yeah.
like, it would be a surprise to me if like she was a bigger name, a really bigger name.
Yeah, just I mean,
But
and all it
like,
takes.
festivals and getting.
I mean, let me tell you, all it takes is sometimes a couple weeks or a month or two, and then someone just explodes.
Right, exactly.
It really happens. Happened with Lace. I mean, she was like doing well up climbing, and then just like boom, boom, just she's exploding, and that's really good. Catherine, I think her album is being edited at this moment still, and it should be out soon.
So exciting.
So, yeah, man, good stuff. I'm glad we got to share in this comedy journey.
Rory Stovall's another one for us.
We're seeing him on Tuesday.
Oh no,
He's got the
Joe!
girl-
Seen
yeah,
the
this
girl.
isn't going to matter for taping or anything.
Yeah.
Very fast. But he's taped both of his stuff at
Relapse.
Relapse, right, in Atlanta.
No.
He's taped one special that's on Netflix. That's one that we thought was like
Oh,
prophetic.
that's one of my
like
favorite
sitting in
jokes
COVID,
is
where
they're
he's like,
Republicans. What do they know that we don't? That's my favorite joke. It's so quick.
That's
it's so
simple.
quick.
Cuts to it.
And you're like, that is so funny. And
That's
it's
good.
barely.
What do they know?
Yeah, it's his minimum
What
words
do they
you
know
can do.
that we don't?
Yeah, he did another one on his YouTube where it's an improv. It was a week
Really?
of improv at Relapse.
Yeah, that
where he
was
was just going in and improving an
It was like a
hour-long set and
weekend's
taking
worth
that
of
and cutting it
improvised
up.
stand-up.
No.
And that's
Week
what we're
of
going to
trying
see at
help
the
out
Earl.
Relapse. Yeah. He's going to
Just
do
more
another
improvised
jokes. But he gets up there and like, yeah, has fun. Yeah.
And that's an intimate kind of place. It's not like super huge.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember who else was, or who's the opener who's been on every. He's an Atlanta comic, the guy with the glasses that opened on the Netflix special, but he's been around a long.
Oh,
his
yeah,
name-
yeah.
I feel bad now, but hilarious guy.
Andy Samford?
No, it wasn't Andy. It was he's a pudgier guy.
I've seen him
He
at
always pulls his book out.
Star
He's a
Bar.
crazy guy. I mean, yeah. He has a joke about addiction to Adderall. He pulled out a joke. So we got a new black president. Oh shoot, this is the wrong joke. This is my bad. That's for a different joke. Yeah. Whatever.
Is he white?
No, he's
He was at Limerick that one night when we were there.
chubbier guy.
Yeah.
Gilbert.
Gilbert.
Gilbert Lawlin, yes.
He opens for
Very funny.
Or he's the opener that welcomes Rory on stage in his Netflix.
Oh no, Joe!
Yeah.
Gilbert did.
Yeah. So and he's
Makes
been, like,
sense.
They have little.
It's a killer
They
opener.
have a lot of locals in that
Yeah,
special.
him and Rory and Gilbert are good friends, and like Rory has a podcast with Daniel Van Kirk.
No
Daniel
way.
Van Kirk, who
Pen pals.
does the perfect Mark Wahlberg impersonation. Pen pals, where they like read letters and give like advice, and then have.
I think they're both
guests
writers on Conan.
That checks out.
Yeah, Gilbert and Rory.
Rory and Dan Benker.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that checks out. Yeah.
And that's why they're on Coco.
Coco
Team
Network.
Coco?
Team Coco.
Team Coco.
Something. I don't know.
Podcast, whatever. Yeah.
Dang.
Well, it's all connected.
It's
all
and
actually
it's
kinda
funny
close.
how
Tim and Gilbert will be
the
there.
comedy world is so intertwined. Like it's close, but it's far apart. Like I feel so far removed from those comics, yet I performed at Limerick where they have, and we've done.
You performed at the Punchline where Christina performed.
That is true, and that's an awesome thing, and you're gonna make me blush, but like.
I mean, the whole Adam
Main
Ray
mommy.
thing.
Yeah, that was wild. That was probably one of my favorite
I
experiences.
love hearing y'all stories like after going to meet comics. Like, man.
Oh,
That's
some
a
of the
privilege
green
I don't
room
get to have.
conversations, like
Yeah.
I got to talk. One of my favorite green room moments was with Josh Wolf at the end of it, and it was me and Kenny Garcia. Kenny Garcia gave me the best piece of comedic advice, and I still think about it every time I write a joke or anything. But we were just talking like street jokes, I asked my Jewish dad for a 20. He goes, "Well, you need a 20 for it. I mean, you don't need $10. Why do you need 5?" Yeah, it's like stupid jokes, little stupid ones, or a pedophile and a guy walk into the woods, and then the kid goes like, "I'm scared," because he hears wolves, and he goes, "You're scared. I have to walk out of here alone." you know.
Yeah.
So just those old, offensive, awesome, like just school bus street jokes, and that was fun to hear. That was fun to see, like a professional comic kind of go back to what we all know,
Right.
you know.
Immature dog.
Because it's the
It's
same
dumb.
thing. It's the same thing. Whatever room of comics
Did
you're
you
in.
giggle?
But
Well,
like,
yeah.
Yeah.
like my family has always been doing that. That they've always been funny people, or they like to think they're really funny people.
Your family's good at tall tales.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's part of it.
Yeah.
Is that they're entertainers.
Being able to-
That's where your
Storytelling.
storytelling comes from.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
My
That makes a
dad,
lot of sense.
The girl my cousin, one of my cousins married, when my dad meets her, blah blah blah, and sits down next to the couch and blah blah. He's, actually, there was a rapist that got loose from the prison up here, and they haven't caught me yet, and grabs her leg like that. That's how my dad, like, within a few minutes of knowing.
They haven't caught me yet.
The woman that's now the mother of, second child. She's in the family, all this
me
different
yet.
stuff. Yeah, that was like Thanksgiving.
Oh my
They haven't
god!
caught me yet. And like grabbed her leg. That was my dad. Yeah.
Wow,
I
that's a
remember,
good
yeah,
one.
yeah. But that was how
Good old Joel.
do everything they can to mess with each other's, mess with the nephews and blah blah blah. Which is I was like, I don't know what they're going to do when you get in their bed.
Be
I don't know.
prepared.
I
When
don't
the
know
Clark,
what-
when the Clark brothers get together, you and your brother Logan, they try to tell each other stories and see how far away they can get along with a lie before you believe, like before you
really?
figure out it's a lie.
Yeah, my brother
Nice.
told me, and he didn't get far, but he told me Antico's was the center of the Italian mob in Atlanta. Antico's and that the Little Italy.
On
They have a
10th
banner
and
that says Little Italy on it.
North or whatever.
14th.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But
didn't
he was
get
trying to say
far,
that
huh?
he also tied in, I think, Tony Soprano and maybe Danny DeVito. And I was just like,
So he kept adding
No.
details, and Dalton was like,
No.
"No, man,
where do you think you're
Too
going?
much.
this line's going nowhere."
Where did you have me?
Smaller.
Little Italy.
Yeah.
Little Italy.
Yeah. I've been to Antico's. I don't know why you would think. But
Right.
if you're going to do something, you go to Goodfellas on Spring and North Ave. That's where you say that's where the
Right.
crime's at.
Because let me tell you, I don't see a single soul walk into that pizza place ever.
It's
They're
gone
like,
now.
but it's been
Yeah, they moved up to 14th Street, which is
location that we
the
knew
location is gone. There,
gone.
the Varsity. But
Yeah.
Relocated,
Every
I
time
should
I went
work.
in there, and it was never
Yeah.
good hours. I was never going in there like getting pizza at right after church. I was never doing that. I was always in there like 10, and it was like someone that was like, "Yeah, I'll get you your money when I can." Right? Okay. No, of course I got the bills. Yeah, I still got them with me. Yeah, but I'll get you the. It was just like it was always bad. I was always like, could be shot. Who knows?
Don't,
We'll see how it
don't say
goes.
too much. It's recorded.
I mean, this is random people that like these are other customers in line that you're like,
oh man.
all right, yeah, I'll take a calzone.
Yeah,
Please.
I'm
I'm
literally
just a
here for
tech
the
kid trying to
food.
get
Yeah,
I've got
that's
a
funny,
final
dude.
tomorrow.
Yeah. Dang.
I lived like on
On the
North
other side of
Ave,
the interstate.
on the other side of that bridge.
Yeah, yeah. That's why. Because I went down and do a show. You're like, oh, I'm right down the road. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. That's nice.
All right.
Man, sometimes I wish we live so far from Atlanta, but I like the peace and solitude, and like the lake. It's nice, man.
Yeah.
Once we get it up, we'll have you up someday soon, and
Good.
we'll have a little, I don't know, smoke beer can chicken or something, whatever redneck shit we do. Be awesome.
Any redneck
Give us
stuff?
ribs, yeah. We'll take that.
I think I'm more redneck than you are.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Well, your meal's not from your mama, so.
Right.
that's true.
Yeah. Mama can't cook, but I love bass fishing. Hoo-hoo. That's, but
We'll bring jalapeno cornbread.
How do you feel about sweet tea? Yeah.
yeah. All right. I'll end on this story, but the first time we came down, my mom was not familiar with Southern living at all. And her first husband, she went on a date to this place called Main Street Cafe. It was one of the only restaurants incoming at the time. And she goes there, and he was a construction worker, and he pulled out a Goodies powder, right? Unfolded it, and she covered his hands like, "What are you doing?" And she's like, looking around, like holding his hand. He goes, "What? People do this all the time." She's like, "What? Okay." And so he just kind of took it back, and she goes, "Okay." She didn't know it was headache powder. She thought it was cocaine. And
That he was also swallowed as the other thing.
yeah, like
It's one thing to pull
not
it
doing
out.
these
cocaine.
people do their coke weird. So that happened, and then she got served sweet tea, and she's like, "Oh, this is this is rotten. What's wrong with this tea? She goes, what's in it? And the waitress goes,
Sugar.
Tea? She goes, what else? She goes, water, sugar? She goes, you put sugar in your tea? And the lady like looked at her like she's an alien. And welcome to the South, Mom. Like that was it. And then we were driving down the road, and the guy gave us the bunny ears, on the steering wheel. Just driving a pickup truck, old man.
Saying hey.
Saying hey. We didn't know that, and I picked up on it because I'm not a crazy person. And she, instead of being like, oh, what was that person waving at? I don't know him. Oh, that was friendly. She goes, what the fuck is he waving at? It's like, oh my God, Mom, probably nothing. Probably just saying hello. She goes, oh. Like I was like, you don't have to be on guard. This is okay. It's okay. This is the South. It's the same, but it moves slower.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all it is. Just instead of Pepsi, it's sweet tea.
Right.
That's it. And people actually.
Coca-Cola.
Oh, Coca-Cola.
Yeah,
Pardon. We were
Depends how close you are to
we were a Pepsi family, but yeah, we were Coca-Cola. But yeah, that was it. So we're just gonna wrap up episode 3. We're gonna have you guys on again for like a bonus, because you were one of the first, not only people that I met in comedy, let alone comedy class, but I want to say thank you for being super supportive, because you come to most of my shows, or any ones that you can, and not a lot of people do that. And those friends and family run thin after so long, but you guys are like, I'm there for it. So I'm gonna keep working on my comedy for you and keep making you laugh and running jokes by you, and you guys help me. So I love you guys so much.
Same. Yeah.
That's it. That wraps it up. Do you have anything else to say?
No.
Love it. All right.
Yay.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey.